Hi everybody and welcome to November's Video Games Monthly video. I'm going to try something a little different this month. There's only so many times that I can stand in front of the camera and let you know about a game I've never heard of. So let's see what's in the box, but I'll try and add a little bit more information about the game itself, just so you get a little more info on something that I've never seen. If it's a game I've heard of, great, I can give you some details, but if I've never played it, then it's a little unreasonable to give you a game and just show you some footage. So let's have a look in the box for this month and we'll add some extra info on these specific games. Okay, so I have the box here. Let's have a look and see. You can't see the box, so I'm just going to dip in and see what extras we got this month. So we got our usual Video Games Monthly card, letting us know about keeping up on social media for what we get in the box. This month we have a sticker of our mascot for VGM, and we have a 2-up, which is excellent. Still doing 5 games per month right now, so we should have 7 in there. That will always keep adding to the collection, always a good thing. Okay, so let's have a look in here. We've got a few games. First one coming out is Hang-On / Safari Hunt on the Sega Master System. Now I have Super Hang-On on the Mega Drive / Genesis, so I at least know what kind of game it is. And I've seen 8-Bit Boy UK has done some weekly challenges on the Master System, and I believe Hang-On was one of his from maybe a month or 2 ago. So that's great. I have the ability to play Master System games. Now, if you notice, this cartridge has 2 games on it. I'm not familiar with Safari Hunt, so let's turn it over to my future self to tell you a little bit more about how the 2 games work on one cartridge and what that game is. As you can see from the start screen, the 2 ways to get into these games is to either push right on the control pad, or if you have a light phaser, shoot that gun at the screen to start Safari Hunt. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a light phaser, so I'm going to be unable to show you Safari Hunt, but Hang-On is easy to get into with the D-pad. If you've not played Hang-On before, it's a relatively straightforward bike racing game, and unfortunately, because I don't get the manual with the games I get from VGM, I didn't realize that you needed to change gears, and so you can see everyone passing me until I figured out at the indicator at the top of the screen there that you could push down to change gears, and now I can finally start to catch up with people and try and overtake. Now the race is split into multiple separate courses. You can see the distance counting down there in the top right corner, and you have a timer dictating how much time you have to complete the course. So you need to go as fast as you can while staying on track and not colliding with any pillars on the side of the track or other races, as you can see right there. Overall, the game is a lot of fun. It seems really straightforward on paper, but once you start playing it, you'll see how difficult it is to stay on track at top speed while not colliding with anybody or the edge of the track. So you really do have to practice to get that top score and keep getting into the later levels, which do increase in difficulty. But had a lot of fun with this one, and we'll definitely come back for that top score. Thanks, future me. Hope you enjoyed hearing about the 2 games on that one. So we're doing this a little differently this month, as I'm actually going to grab out some games all from the same system, just so if we do review them or give you some extra info on those games, it's all collected together. So let's have a look at the Game Gear games we got this month. We have 3 coming out of the box. We've got Super Columns on the Game Gear. Now, I did get Columns a few months ago, so I kind of have an idea of what Super Columns might look like compared to the other one. We've also got Super Monaco GP. Now, that's an amazing game. I don't know what the Game Gear version of it looks like. I have played the Mega Drive Genesis version, so Game Gear version will be cool. I don't have any copy of that game, so excellent. And then we also have Putt and Putter Miniature Golf. That one I don't know anything about. So once again, let's turn this over to future me. We'll go through these 3 games in some more detail and see what they look like. Super Columns has some improvements over the first Columns game, notably the addition of the story mode. Now, this seems to be the kind of main focus for Super Columns. If you look at the original Columns, you had original and flash mode, but in Super Columns, story and potentially endless mode is definitely the focus. Now, in story mode, it looks like you get to compete in a best of 3 match against 5 different AI players. So the addition of AI is quite interesting. And within those matches, you have up to 5 different abilities that you can use to affect your opponent's board as you play. You get experience points as you complete color matches within the game, and that's how you get to be able to select the different abilities that you can use. So it's an interesting update to the game. I like the feel of how that works now with the abilities that you get to control and the AI that you have to actually play against as well. One final thing that they updated is the ability to actually drop the tile in horizontally, definitely giving you the ability to get out of a sticky situation. And so over to Super Monaco GP. Now, if you're familiar with the Genesis/Mega Drive version of this game, you'll recognize the look and feel and the overall aesthetics of the game, obviously reduced in fidelity a little bit to run on the Game Gear, but fundamentally it's a very similar game. You have a Grand Prix with multiple races on multiple tracks. In this version of the game, races take place over 3 laps, and depending on your qualification at the end of the race, that will give you points to take you through to the rest of the Grand Prix and ultimately crown a final winner. The game presents itself very similarly to Hang On the Master System that we just saw, in terms of having opponents and boards just off the track there that you can collide with to slow you down, so you do want to focus on staying on track. And one nice feature here is that you can actually customize the car for each race. So depending on the circuit that you'll be racing on, you can tailor the car to make that a little easier to stick on track. So overall, it's a very fun version of this game, and I'm looking forward to having a go at the championship. And then our final Game Gear game is Putt and Putter Miniature Golf. This plays very similarly to many other types of game in this genre, in terms of having a ability to aim where you want to shoot, and then a power meter to represent how hard you should hit that shot. There's a free practice mode and a course mode where you will play multiple holes back to back, trying to keep your score within the par for each course. So as you can see, trick shots are definitely possible on this game. Overall, no major kind of standout features. It's very similar to other games in this genre that I've played previously, but enjoyable, a little fun game to play when you have some spare time. So I'll definitely come back and see what the rest of the courses look like. Excellent. Let's keep moving on, see what else is in the box. So with the 3 Game Gear games and the Master System game, we're up to 4 of 7. So the remaining 3 games are all from the Game Boy, and we've got the Hunt for Red October on the Game Boy. That one I do remember playing when I had a Game Boy originally, and that's a great game. We also have Miss Pac-Man on the Game Boy. I think I have the Mega Drive version of this, so we'll see how that differs on the portable console. And then we have a Japanese game, which I have looked up, is Monster Hunt, I believe. Don't know anything about that one. So again, turning it over for the last time to future me, we're going to go through some of these games in more detail, and we'll especially jump into the Japanese one and see how that plays. The Hunt for Red October is a game of its time. Obviously, being on the Game Boy, the controls are limited, so you only have 2 buttons available. So one button will shoot your torpedoes, the other one shoots your submarine missiles to take out opponents, and then the select button will activate the caterpillar drive to be able to let you move quietly through certain areas. Now, it's been a while since I played this game and it didn't come in the manual, so I kind of forgot about caterpillar drive being a feature of this game. But, you know, it's kind of a 2D side-scrolling game. It's very enjoyable. I don't quite know what it is about the gameplay format, but it's really fun to kind of navigate through the level. It has almost stealth aspects to it, from just trying to sneak by ships that are on the sea above. And there's also kind of mini bosses in there too, so you can see it defeating this mini boss that's right after the first level. So overall, it's a tough but enjoyable little submarine game from its time. And on to Ms. Pac-Man. Now, nothing gonna really stand out here from other versions of this game that you've seen. It plays a lot like the Mega Drive version that I have, and it's your classic Pac-Man adventure. The level layouts vary as you play through the game, and the duration of your power-up decreases over time just to make that a little more difficult. And so, you know, very fun version of the game. No major surprises, but no disappointments either. So, very fun to play through. And on to our final game, Monster Hunt. Now, this Japanese game looks very similar to something like Pokemon in terms of going out there and trying to capture monsters and leveraging your own monsters to be able to do it. Format's a little different, as you'll see in a second. When you get into a battle, you're able to select different monsters that you've already acquired, and the speed of those monsters is important for overtaking and capturing that monster. Now, This is one of the things I don't like about VGM. Getting Japanese games is really difficult to play through. I don't speak Japanese. If there's no translation available, it does make playing these games really tough. It unfortunately ends up being a game that will live in my collection, but it's something I can't effectively play just because of the language barrier. And welcome back. So there you have it. We got 7 games in our box this month. Thank you VGM for the 2-up. Some great games on the Game Boy and Game Gear. Super Monaco GP is definitely one I have on my list for the Mega Drive. Cool to see what the Game Gear version looks like. The Hunt for Red October on the Game Boy I really enjoyed when I was a kid, so I'm looking forward to getting that one back in the GBASP that I have so I can play it. The Super Hang On on the Master System, not the Super version, will also be a great addition. Maybe I'll go back and try out that weekly challenge and see what high score I can get. So better late than never to post something, and we'll see how it compares on the leaderboard. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. If you liked any of these games that we showed you, or you've played them before and liked them, please let me know in the comments what you think. Which one's your favorite? Which one you would definitely go and grab if you could find it. And if you want to see what else we come up with on the channel, either from VGM or other content, please consider subscribing.